Hi, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Liv. I am a Colorado makeup artist and I love everything related to makeup and beauty. My job is to make you feel as beautiful on the outside as you are on the inside. I love discussing makeup, trying new products, and sharing all of the tips and tricks that I've learned throughout my own journey. And speaking of discussing makeup, I did a Sephora haul at the end of November. It was for the Sephora Holiday Savings Event, and today I wanted to share my final thoughts on some of these products. I didn't actually purchase too much in that sale, so this might be a quicker video, but I'm really excited to share my thoughts because I did find some good gems in here. Before we get started, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It means so much to me, and we will get going. So I ended up placing 3 orders during that sale. 2 were shipped to me and 1 I actually went in store for. My first box arrived no problem. My second box did not do so well. It told me it made it to the post office in the town that I live in, and then it told me it was in Virginia, and like that's darn near almost all of the US away from where I'm at. It just took a while to get that second box. And then the third time I went in store, obviously, and I only purchased 1 item. But that second box included all of the Rare Beauty lip liners and their matte lipsticks. I already had a couple of shades in my collection, and I loved the formula so much, I just wanted the whole entire collection because there's 10 shades of the lip liners, and then there's 10 shades of the lipsticks, and then the lip liners correspond to the lipsticks as well. So, like, the lip liner and the lipstick is the same shade. So I do have all 10 now, and I am super excited. I just love the formula. It's so creamy and so easy to apply, and both the lip liners and the lipsticks are super long lasting. If I had tried these products before my wedding, these would probably be the wedding lipstick and lip liner that I would have chosen. But I hadn't tried them yet for my wedding, so I have a different lip for my wedding day, which is totally fine. It wore beautifully. But if I could redo it, I would probably use the Kind Words lip liners and the lipsticks because they're just so long lasting. They wear very, very pretty. They fade really naturally, and it doesn't look like harsh line on your lip where the lip liner or the lipstick is just gone. It just fades really nicely. And they're creamy and they don't dry out my lips even though they're matte formulas, and I really, really enjoy that formula. I could probably tell you for hours how much I like the Kind Words formula, so I'm just going to move on. The next product I purchased was from Huda Beauty. It is the Empowered palette. This was a palette that I was super, super excited about. And I'm not gonna lie, I really haven't touched it all that much. I definitely tried some of these shimmers that had originally caught my eye, and I definitely tried these cake liners, I believe. The cake liners aren't my favorite formula in this palette. The intense shimmers, even this shade, I did get to try this one. This one was super pretty. The formula is beautiful. They wear very nicely. They're pigmented. They blend good. They're like, overall, it's a really good palette. It's just the other palette that I purchased during the sale kind of swept me away. And I do kind of feel bad because this isn't exactly a drugstore price. So I do hope that eventually I get more use out of it, especially these 2 shades. These were some of my favorite shades. I definitely played with them quite a bit. This is a really good palette. It is higher priced. I think it's about $68, which is why I wanted to purchase it during the sale so I could get that 20% off. But if these shades speak to you, I do think the quality and the formula of these shades is well worth the price. But the palette that wooed me mostly is from Makeup by Mario. This is the Ethereal Eyes palette, and I'm not gonna lie, I have been reaching for it like 8 out of 10 times. I adore these shimmers so, so much. Makeup by Mario just has his tones just perfect. Like, I don't know what it is, but the formula blends out very nicely. I do feel like the mattes in this palette are softer than his Master Mattes palette. I have that one in my makeup kit because I like all of the neutral tones in one spot, but I feel like this palette, just the formulas are a bit softer, so they blend a lot easier, but they also blend away a lot quicker. So I have noticed that difference, but still, it's a very good formula, and if you don't mind like having to pack on the color a little bit more, this palette is gorgeous, especially for neutral lovers. I picked up the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder. I got it in the shade Light, and I wish I got it in the Universal Clear shade. I do like this formula. I have only used it as a primer because shade 1 is too light for me. It's not my color. But I like the formula and what it does. It is very blurring, and I also feel like it really helps keep my oils at bay. I do have combination balance to oily skin, and this just helps kind of level out those oils and helps my foundation wear a little bit better. But I wish I had gotten it in the universal shade, and I think what I want to do is actually buy the universal shade and put it in my makeup kit, because I think this is going to be a really good product to use on clients. If you are looking for a good blurring primer, I would definitely check this out. It's got some good qualities to it. The other foundation that I purchased is from Patrick Ta. This is the Cream Foundation and Finishing Powder Duo. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, I do not like the powder at all. I don't think it's a good finishing powder. I don't think it's a good setting powder. I'm not happy with it. It's not for me. But the foundation, as you can see, I hit pan, which concerns me a little bit. But on the other side, that's how much you know I liked it, because I've had this for about 2 months and I really, really did enjoy this. I wore it a lot. Hitting pan worries me because I have only had it for 2 months, and typically it takes me a lot longer to actually go through foundation. And reading the back of this, I'm understanding why. Typically foundations, you get 1 ounce of product, and this is only 0.42 ounces, less than half of what you would get in a standard liquid foundation. So I guess that kind of makes sense on why I hit pan so quickly, because I used it a lot. I think it wears very nicely. This is definitely a foundation I will only be able to wear in the winter time though, because it's a natural leaning radiant foundation. So my oils are going to be too much in the summertime. Like, I'm going to be looking like a slick ball if I wore it in the summertime. But for the winter time, this is a really good foundation for me because it gives me some life into my face, like some juiciness and glowiness, whereas in the summertime, I'll look too greasy. The only issues that I've seen with it is that it will crease around my nose pretty quickly. But honestly, like, if you're looking that close around my nose, probably a little too close to me. So that doesn't really bother me. But everywhere else, it really wears very nicely. I don't know if I would repurchase this right away because it is a seasonal foundation for me. So if I end up going through it this winter, I probably wouldn't purchase it again, at least until next winter. But even then, if I can only wear the foundation during a certain time of the year, I don't know if it's money well spent if I could use a foundation the whole year around. It's just something I'm thinking about. You'll have to let me know what your thoughts are about this foundation if you've tried it. If you can only wear it during the winter time, or if you think it's going to be a good year-long foundation for you. I'm curious. I had some issues picking a concealer during the sale. The Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin one just irked me in all the wrong ways, so I completely gave up on it, and I ended up purchasing the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. And this has turned out to be a dime in my collection. I loved it so much because I originally ordered it's not wrong, it's just a touch too light for me. So I ended up picking up another one that is a better match for me. I love this concealer so much that I have actually stopped using my Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer for a little while, and have only been using this one because I really, really enjoy it. The claims on this concealer are so funny because it says luminous matte. And I read it and I was like, that doesn't make sense. But after wearing it for 2 months straight, it makes a lot of sense. And it wears so nice because with oily skin, I typically need a more mattifying concealer. So it does that. It keeps my oils at bay right under my eyes. But there's enough hydration in the formula to make it not look like your eyes are so flat. I don't know, it works really, really well. It's very long lasting. I think it's got really good coverage, medium to high coverage. The coverage is similar to my Jouer concealer, and I'm really happy with it. I really am sad to say it might dethrone my Jouer concealer, my love for that concealer. But it might not. It just might be because I can't go to my Sephora anymore and buy my Jouer concealer. They took the booth down, so now I have to order that one specifically online, where this one is in store. I don't know, they're both really good concealers, but I think this was probably the shining star in my Sephora haul. Even though I did really enjoy most of the products that I purchased, I think this concealer was number one. I did repurchase the Givenchy Prisme Libre Loose Setting Powder. I opened this up to revisit some of my 2021 favorites, so if you haven't seen that video, this one is featured. I'm really happy with this purchase. I still love it. And then the last product that I purchased was the one I went in store for. I went in store for something, I don't remember what, but I ended up walking out with this because this was another one that online, it just was coming in and out of stock too much that it started to bother me and I just gave up on it. But then I went in store and I found it. This is another one that I'm really happy ended up in my collection because it is a very nice mascara. I've got it on today, but my eyelashes aren't doing so well. I was using a eyelash serum and I ran out of it, and now my eyelashes are kind of falling out and like regrowing, but the ones that are regrowing are super, super short, and then the ones that are still long are just the ones that haven't fallen off yet. So my eyelashes aren't doing so great. They look a little wonky, but I do have this on today and I'm very happy with it. It's got good pigment. It does have really good lengthening qualities to it. I don't think the volumizing portion of it is as intense as some other reviews have mentioned, but I do think there is a little bit of volumizing to it as well. So I'm really happy with it. I've used it on both full glam days and natural days like today. So I know this is a quick video. It's just some of my final thoughts on these products. I did really enjoy the Sephora sale and I'm really excited for the spring one to come up soon. You'll have to let me know how you enjoyed your Sephora sale products. Are you still enjoying them, or did you immediately realize, like, man, these ones weren't for me? I'm just curious. I love talking about makeup and I'd love to hear your stories. This will be my last video before New Year's, so I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Stay safe, have fun. I hope you've got some fun plans to celebrate going into the new year. I myself will be on call, so I'm gonna keep it kind of mellow. Happy New Year. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so very much. I've got fun and exciting stuff coming up in 2023 and I can't wait to share it with you. Don't forget to ring the bell and hit all on your notifications. You'll be notified every time I post. I try to post twice a week and I can't wait to see you next time. But in the meantime, be natural, be beautiful, and be you.